Hey Danny, guess what? You suck, bitch.
Alright.
Hey, little Danny, don't you cry.
Might feel a little loud.
I am you from much later in your life.
Alright. So, today I'm going to play a League of Pauper Constructed. Playing the Galeogio Boros list. I made a couple changes. Added a couple makeshift munitions to the main. Those are replacing an electricity in the main and a firebolt. And then I've shaved some spare supplies and a golden egg for well springs to go with the munitions. But other than that, it's basically the same list. Oh, and I cut a dust to dust from the sideboard because I wasn't playing against artifact land decks. Like mainly Affinity, but I've played it a couple times since. I haven't really missed it, but I think you want these for the indestructible lands. Otherwise, you want Mox Monkey, but I've enjoyed Dust to Dust so far. So, yeah. Let's try this out. I haven't played 3-2 and 4-1 a couple leagues. I haven't tried with the Icar Wellsprings yet, so let's see how that goes. It could just be wrong, but I haven't really been sacking the spare supplies. At least I don't think I have. When you sack them, it's sort of like a super long game. So, when you sack one, you end up sacking them all, but half the time you end the game with 3 of them in play and you just like beat them down too hard. It could just be very wrong, but I'm gonna find that out. Hopefully the audio balance is good. I know I'm a generally quiet person. 2 minutes in the queue, jeez. I know Pauper's not the most popular format, but shouldn't take that long. Let me join. And any minute now. Yeah, the list we're using, oh, very interesting. I know I've played against Carves before. Don't remember what they're on, but they could be on something new since last time. Gonna get the furnace into play so I can synthesizer. Either infinity or like a mirror.
Sometimes I think of you and I thought we made a perfect couple, but you said goodbye.
Just gonna hold my stuff. Like I want a synthesizer into play whatever 2-drop I hit.
When I look up at the stars,
Or land. If this is indeed the mirror, it's not a race though. I think they're just sort of favored in the mirror because they've gone deeper on removal.
whose balls are you gargling tonight? I sit here underneath the moon, wondering
It would slow me down too much to play another hawk. Like, I could maybe just try to vomit out some creatures to overwhelm this munitions. They're sacking a land. That's good news. It's worth noting that playing synthesizer and picking it up is like we draw more cards that way if we use our bounce creatures for that instead of golden eggs, but like we had to discard there anyway. Like
tonight. I'm missing you like crazy tonight.
so like we want the guaranteed card. We can finagle it.
Next to me tonight.
Uh,
Whose hog are you snarfing on?
I want to kill their stuff while they're tapped low. I don't want them to blood fountain glint hawk if I can help it. But like they're just gonna get to do that.
Yo, Ninja Brian, you see that high schooler over there getting pushed around? This looks like a job for Cool Patrol. Hey kid, you getting picked on in school. The other boys, they say you just ain't cool. That's bullshit.
Alright.
Those motherfuckers ain't gonna bother you no more. We all the bad boys.
Actually gonna Gal Blast the Enforcer. Exile the Glinthawk. I took way too much time on that decision. Cause like this matchup could just come down to time. Though it probably won't, because they go bigger than us, but
You get all that kid. That wasn't actually very helpful. That was just like an instructional dance. Hell yeah. Motherfucking bullies better watch their ass. You're sending all them shits a message. There's a new king in class. When they see you, they're gonna freak out and piss their pants. They are your bitches. They are your bitches because you put your hands in the air and
Just want to play a little faster. Cause this deck is just slow to play. There's just lots of clicks and triggers and micro decisions you have to make.
cool break. All right. This is cool. Excuse me.
Trade, even though it's awful for me. I don't think the Seeker's gonna do a ton. They can just gun it down. And like, I mean, we can get it through a Mirror Enforcer, but they can just block and fling if they don't want us to gain life. Now, taking unnecessary damage is bad because they are kind of just threatening to sack their board and finish us off. Like, they have a ton of reach, but
You put your hands in. Oh God.
blocking while they've got all these pings up also isn't great. Did they sack? Oh. Good thing is they're missing a ton of value. Off their synthesizers, because I just can't keep up casting all the cards. I should have played another Glint Hawk.
I've made a time machine spaceship. You want to go on it? Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, just want to get aggro.
Computer, set a sexy course for the sexy.
Couple more swings and we can just Gal Blast them to death. Hopefully they spend all this time kicking around drawing cards. Like, that's one way you could lose games with this deck, is to just like fiddle around with experimental synthesizers, just like hit more card draw that you waste your time casting. Sometimes you just give up value to damage your opponent, because six, seven, eight. All right.
Wait, this place isn't sexy at all. And this robot sign says human touch has been outlawed. I can't believe my eyes, but it's a world without sex. Everyone
Alright. I'm gonna actually pump the brakes, kill their pressure. like that. We have 5 more bolt effects and another journey if we need it. And we do have our own makeshift munitions. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we do have a mana open. For a bolt so we can push damage.
Ryan, look at that girl with the sad eyes and the beautiful blonde hair. I'm immediately in love.
Double blocking's not good because they can just ping this, ping this. We kind of need our stuff in hand just to gain life equal to its CMC. That's actually pretty good with affinity creatures, huh? I mean, if we get our own makeshift munitions, we can start I think I block like this. Like, it costs them a land and their Frogmite. Okay, I get that they can... fuck. That was bad. But, like, none of our material matters. It's all just material. Like, we just need to find our munition. This is just going to be the type of game where the winner is the one who has a million things left. Somehow. Though, I guess we're probably just dead to them. Just going to be dead to them. Munitionsing us. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. Okay, we're just dead.
Take care of this world for me, my darling. I will always love you. What is your name, by the way? Kristen? Ah, a beautiful name. Until that glorious day when we meet again, Katie. Farewell.
Yeah, their deck is just more tuned to the mirror. Which maybe I should be playing a deck like this. So I like Dust to Dust, Revoke. Flavor Inspector's not great. Relic is good against Blood Fountain, but it's not like... it's not great. I usually shave some spare supplies. I don't know what else to cut. I don't think we want Cop Red for Galv Blast. That seems bad. Maybe Gold Egg is worse. So it does like give us an interesting thing to do against munitions, like no lands. The difference between them fireballing us out and not is huge. Alright. We're gonna hope to find another white land and just... Now the problem is we don't have pressure, so we're just gonna dust their lands and then not be able to finish them off. Since I drew a second one, I'm gonna play this out. Oh, it's a little bad. There's a lot of hits that aren't hits. I just want, like, if I hit a tap land, it would be a white land, and that's kind of what I need to do this early if I'm gonna do it. Well, it wasn't a white land, but at least it was a land. And we got revoked, so we're probably just gonna die unable to cast our spells. I'm just gonna pass. I don't think we're able to choose them out anymore, so we're just gonna go super grindy and so do I lightning bolt the Skyfisher or combine it with a synthesizer to kill the enforcer? I think I need to use dust to dust to kill this enforcer. Don't show them that we have that, they might revoke our other munitions. We're probably just gonna die. We needed these synthesizers to hit. Maybe it was wrong to keep this hand, but you mull too much, like you're not likely to get dust to dust and 2 white lands if you mull a bunch. And like if you can get under their Mirror Enforcer. then it's just like stuck in their hand for a bit. Could have killed the Glintock. Yeah, we've lost this one. Now, hitting land drops is really important with this deck, and we just didn't draw land. We drew one land and we had a bunch of extra looks at it. Happens. Like, we saw a lot of cards and only one of them was a land. That, and I think we were already a dog in that match. Like, I was much more interested in cheesing them with the dust to dust because I felt like our opponent had the long game. Oh, if I thought we could go long, I might have been more interested in mulling that hand, but I don't think I would have changed what I did. Oh, there certainly were a lot of decision points, but alright. Got some interaction. Alright. Mirror. Presumably. I do like how mirrors of this matchup seem very skill intensive. Not that I expect myself to be the more experienced player. It's been a while since I played it, but just gonna play my land because we're missing lands. I'm gonna leave with air supplies over synthesizer. I'm gonna Gal Blast. Like, I don't need to kill this, but I don't want to take a ton of damage. Like, we would have had to discard this turn anyway. Like, oh, so another, we're just gonna need to hit a land game.
Mom, sorry. Everything's fine.
You need to go to bed.
Okay, good night. Welcome to my parents' house.
Right. Synthesizer, because I'm discarding if I don't hit a land anyway.
My mom just hangs around to make sure I make good choices.
So I could just start bolting. Ugh. You don't want this kind of hand when they play Rebirth, but I guess munitions will clean it up, but well, it's gonna die. It's gonna bolt, rally, and we're dead. If this was the main deck electricity that I cut, I'd be a bit happier about it, but raid my what? It doesn't do anything. And they don't need to do anything because they're just beating me down, but like if they just kept that from my Glinthawk, it would have been way better. Like I can't leverage the card off of that right now. They probably have a ton of removal. I'd have to conclude from that that's what's going on. So I'm just gonna play this, lose some value, and just keep their board under control. We have all the cards in the world in our hand. We're never gonna run out of stuff to do with our mana. We just have to keep the board clear. Especially because I'm expecting rally, like I just need to live long enough to cast all their spells.
Telling me about your new job. I'm not absorbing anything. Smile and nod. I'm thinking about
just save that in case they've got the monarchy card.
you're looking at me. Oh God, focus, focus. Penguin in a costume. How many Draculas are hiding in this room? Marlon Brando was so very handsome in his prime. I'd make an awesome cop if I could stop committing crime. I don't know what we're talking about. I am totally
Alright, I need to hit a land. Cool.
Why don't you and I go back to my place and, oh.
A little weird, but I just want to hold up mana so I don't lose value and let them have too much board presence. Oh, we might just be too far gone, missing our land drops for a couple turns, but so 2 Rebirth is lining up really well against us missing lands. Okay, we can't beat that in a million years. Okay. Seven mana, I'm at 9. I need to deal with all their stuff. A little late. Okay, gonna play Radiant Fountain. Value be damned, I just need to end my life. I think if they just go face, like we can't race their munitions with ours. If they go for our Glinthawk, and then they let it result. What? I mean, we're at the point where it doesn't really matter what they do. But they're kind of, I don't want to say they're low on cards because they've got like 3 hidden on the board. You just like never run out of stuff to do with this deck. Assuming you have mana to do it, but if we had an answer for their munition, but can't really expect to have that game won. I don't know why we're doing this, because we're just clearly dead on board. Could have sacked the creature we just killed, but I wanted to not do that. Maybe I should be going deeper on munitions if I'm doing it at all. I feel like my opponents have more wellsprings than I do. You don't really have to convince me to play Acre Wellspring over spare supplies or golden egg. Okay.
Hey Ninja Brian, is that a mystic space portal behind you? Oh shit!
I want to have answers for their stuff. I didn't see prismatic strands.
We woke up in a foreign land, inside a castle oh so grand. There atop a throne of
1 sec.
kings so gross and old. I've come from the great beyond to save my daughter hot and blonde. You sailed across the sky and stars. The gods have brought you here unharmed. Actually, Your Majesty, you just sucked us through 26 dimensions of space and time, and I've got to be completely honest with you. My arms are broken, and I don't know why my chest is smoking. I will heal you with my staff. I'm sure we'll look back on this and laugh. Now go, ride toward the sun and top these noble steeds. You're a spandex heroes now, fulfill your destiny.
Okay. I don't think Copperhead's worth it. Like, it can deal with the munitions, but it's a lot of mana, and they can just, like, kill your creatures. And the eggs. Thread Inspector. I've been not impressed with that card.
Sky grew dark and the road was narrow, but I knew we'd never be led astray. Brian brought his magic arrows. They were blessed to light our righteous way.
Maybe this card just needs to go.
Brian, do you think you could please warn me before you're about to light
Alright. Synthesizer's gonna need to hit a hawk or something, but you generally don't want to lead with artifact lands. Post-board games, because if they play a Mox Monkey or their own Dust to Dusts, they can get you. It's weird, because like I can't, I don't really know what lands they have half the time.
I know, it's weird.
Alright, this will be bad if we hit Dust to Dust, but need 2-drop we can cast. And we just kind of, like, we're gonna miss our 3rd land drop, so we gotta dig. Reoccurring theme in a lot of my games is I'm just not hitting lands. Maybe I should mull for more aggressively. Synthesizer's weird in that it's a 1 mana spell, but it's not like a 1-drop. usually don't want to cast this till you have enough mana to do anything. And sometimes you want to wait till like your opponent has a creature, so if you hit a bolt, you have something to cast it on.
Colored gemstones lit up the wall. They formed a rainbow trail up to a giant waterfall. There the necromancer grand, the princess stood frozen, yet still so hot beside him.
I'm gonna sack this.
Then I heard a voice in my mind. 'Twas the princess. She
We have another one if we need to play it into a hawk. We'd rather be hawking this. And I don't, like, if I leave it around, they could dust it. Like, if I play the second one, they could dust them both. And that's 2 cards I'm missing out on. So I don't, maybe I wouldn't care about that, because, like, I got 7 cards in hand. I don't need more cards. I need lands.
Stand back, Brian. I'm going to hug him. He immediately shattered both my legs and threw me across the room. I probably should have brought some weapons, I thought as I flew. Then Ninja Brian picked me up because he's a good friend. Then he used my body like a club to beat our enemy.
Okay.
I should have been
Probably gonna have to discard. Oh, they didn't play a land.
because my back was so broken. Oh, the necromancer was dead and the crystal broke in 3. I looked up into the light and saw the princess was not right. She's so beautiful. Roll me to her.
I'm gonna play this and give them a chance to hit with their tokens. If they have prismatic strands, like it might have been good to just kill them, but I want to catch them with a rally. But I might just do it now. I can't prismatic strands and flashback, so I will be gaining my life. Oh, I've tapped too low.
The portal back home is open.
Double spell. So if they have a lightning bolt or something, it could be awkward. Alright, I am gonna cast this, tapping out of red.
Now fairly well, it seems that our journey is at an end.
I'll take a bunch of life with the Seeker, but like I'm not
If you should
trusting that this doesn't just die anyway.
help again. We walked away, but stopped and turned before we took our
Okay. Looks like they F6'd.
Brian killed a guy
They could block and rally, but like
real quick to make sure.
whatever. They're losing the value of those cards by trading it with the bear that's gonna gain us 5 life anyway.
And a crystal cage to break through in our lives.
Probably the land still. That's sort of our choke point.
Hope is gone,
Or they could just kill the Seeker.
we will be there to help.
Maybe I should have some braids. Not that I'm like short on bolts, but it is just a versatile card. Alright, I'm not planning on using this munitions, but having it in play will be good. I didn't want to crack this for a 2-2, hit a 2-drop and be unable to play it. My plan now is to hold this up and then just crack spare supplies for the card at end of turn. Like now we've got mana. And enough life that we're not just like dying to tokens, so I want to like invalidate the tokens before just like cleaning them up. Now if they play land rally, I might, or alternatively I just get my value. Yeah. Kind of lets them know that we have this, but we might not have this in our sideboard, but that was just kind of too juicy. And just pop this. Opponent's low on clock. I feel like this game's gonna be long.
Wait, you know what? Fuck it. Let's kill some guy tonight. We're holding hands and laughing while we shake 'em in the starlight. Let's take a motherfucker.
If they don't play another creature, I wouldn't have bolted end of turn. Just so we'd have a thing like you could synthesize into a bolt. But if they're gonna play this Glinthawk.
You know what? First date, let's pump the brakes on the murders. Let's kill 5 guys tonight. I'll take you back to your place and we'll craft a perfect alibi. Man, we had fun tonight. We're young and alive. And you can call me anytime. Good first date. Wanna do it again next week? No? Oh, alright.
They could discard prismatic strands and flash it back if they've got it. Okay, don't.
We built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. Built this city. We built this city on rock and roll. Say you don't know me or recognize my face. Say you
Trade a samurai for a bird. I like that.
to that kind of place.
I just don't think they're gonna have time to finish this match unless we just don't participate in game 3. If I played a red land, I could have threatened a bolt to fizzle that or keep our thing alive, but I didn't have one, so. Fine, that's how I played it. Alright, now we're out of creatures. I mean, we got one here, but I don't want to crack my last synthesizer. I think I've got one more in the deck, but... I want this around for future hawks. We don't have two artifacts, that's kind of awkward. Right on time. Double ping electricity. I think we can set that up better next turn. Now, if they like dust to dust these two, we can sack them both, overload. And it's not great for us, but this is why we held this, because we can just get them all. Hopefully they don't have a prismatic strands. Take a little bit of damage. Them holding up mana is concerning. Go sack this. Okay, they had F6. I don't think they've got they on F6, so I think the only way we lose is if they just like rally us. So just get their tokens off the board. I can pick off this with a bolt. I don't need to get the value per se. I guess we're out of creatures, and that's another way we could lose, is they just like skyfish into more skyfishers and we just sit here. Okay, I imagine they have some more burn in their hand, maybe another cannonade.
If you're there, please infuse my nuts with the power of 1,000 suns.
So we actually need a wellspring effect. We just sack them all. Right, that's concerning. I guess we have a journey to nowhere for this samurai. They just didn't want to sack. Why did our opponents not want free value? I guess they kind of need to F6 because they're on time, but I'll bounce, and I want to bounce this step and find another card. Kind of weird the circumstances that led to this being in play, but 2, 3, 4.
So you think you can tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain? Can you tell a green field from a cold steel rail?
We killed the samurai on their turn.
Do you think you can tell? Did they get you to trade your heroes for ghosts, hot ashes for trees, hot air for a cool breeze, cold comfort for change? Did you exchange?
Oh, that might convince them to actually throw it in the cannon, but alright. This is why we kept the second munitions in our hand, because they think they might think that this is better than it is. Maybe I should go for the Glint Hawk, but like I've got other stuff that'll trade for the Glint Hawk. This will also save me some damage on this turn. Just refuse to munitions me.
wish you were here.
I've got 3 Galv Blasts left, and I can't. If I sack my artifact lands, I can't metalcraft them to kill this Skyfisher. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh. Paying costs. I don't like that. I'm just gonna kill the Glinthawk. That might have been a bluff or whatever, but just the fact that they've got enough to hit me for 5/5 and then kill me, like, I don't think it gets better than this. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, I just dead. Yeah, our deck was not in the right order. I could have not sacked for the last samurai, but rough start. How it happens. Two mirrors where they were more tuned for us than we were for them. Give our first 4 land drops. Hawk Synthesizer. I remember back in the day, Player Inspector was amazing, but it seemed not great.
People have told us that before.
Okay. They are a weird burn deck. So we'll play a land that gains life into a Seeker of the Way. I mean, we might not play this on 2 because might let them curve their removal into it, but okay, they're this weird deck. I do believe that they have removal, but like Geth's Verdicts. But this card doesn't get better by playing it later. And like, it keeps them from developing their board. I bounce this land, I gain a life, but I just want to get on the board and start racing. The creature has fear, so we can't block anyway. Let's just get our point in. Maybe they'll guess verdict or something. So we know this survives, and if they don't...
Good night.
Let's just get a synthesizer down.
Hey, yo, girl. You wanna come to a party at my house tonight? Everyone who's anyone in LA is gonna be there. I'm extremely rich.
Pass with Gal Blast up.
Welcome to my house party. It's a giant mansion, baby. Don't slip on all my money.
They might have the Rogue, the Prowl, deal 3, gain 3, but
Seduction is like a game of chess.
I just want to kill like a carrion feeder if they've got one. Yeah. Don't really care about that card. Like, if we hit them with Seeker, none of their silly burn spells do anything.
You've really got to agitate the pandas to get them engaged in combat. They're very docile in nature. I laced their bamboos. Hey girl, you couldn't find the dance floor. Just walk right past the garden. Go through the Spanish French doors. Turn right at the 7th bathroom. Then I left in my laser car. You can ride my purebred stallion. If you hit my mo, you've gone too far. Take an upside down left at the MC Escher stairs. Okay, we're almost halfway there. Can't stop, won't stop dancing deep into the night. It's a magic party.
Just trying to gain the most life I can this turn. It might have made sense to like kill that and play Hawk, but so they have Fruit of Tizerus and Bump. So here's where Thyroid Inspector is probably great.
My God, the battle pandas have escaped from the Pentagon and they're murdering the guests. Oh, it's last week all over again. Let's get the hell out of here. Can't stop, won't stop, non-stop, running for my life. It's a magic party. I pray to God we
Now Journey's not great, but just anything that interacts is probably worth it.
She packed my bag.
This hand could stumble. It like has a rock. I think we can do better.
And I'm gonna be high
Alright, this is better.
as a kite by
Don't have a rock. Like Skyfisher for Inspector's fine.
I miss the
They're mono black, so our artifact lands should be good.
It's lonely out in space.
Canceling Outcast is a rogue, so it triggers the Prowl. Oh, good game. Both teams played hard.
And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings
Yeah, they probably had a couple of that Prowl spell because it draws a card and drains for 3. So they might have just like had a bunch of those that we stranded them. I mean, they should have drawn their next card. Especially since we mold, like, we don't necessarily have a follow-up.
And I think it's gonna be a long, long time
It's just been playing this whole fucking time. I thought I checked earlier and it wasn't.
Mars ain't the kind of place to raise your kids. In fact, it's cold as hell. To raise them, if you did.
First,
I don't understand. It's just my job 5 days a week.
you don't have white, but and digs.
Rocket Man. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time till touchdown brings me round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at
Keep a record.
oh no. I'm a rocket man. Rocket man. That is fuse up here alone.
Probably just wanna. It's probably just the same mono black
Think it's gonna
burn deck thing.
time till touchdown brings me
Yeah.
round again to find I'm not the man they think I am at home. Oh no, no, no. I'm a rocket man.
Gonna synthesize to try to hit a land. If we hit a bolt off this, I'll cast it. I don't think that one's worth.
And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. And I think it's gonna be a long, long time.
Hmm. They're on one land. I wellspring into a land. It'll be good. But if I miss taking 2 damage, I don't have to take. It's a rogue.
I never meant to be so bad to you. One thing I said that I would never do. A look from you and I would fall from grace.
I just don't want them to have a
I would wipe the smile right from my
main death effect, like an undying effect.
Do you remember when we used to dance
Like, munitions is going to be great against them if we can
from circumstance?
get to it.
To another we were young. And we would scream together, son. It was the heat of
Yeah, they like rogue tribal.
telling me what my heart meant. The heat of the moment shone in your eyes. And now you find yourself in 82.
Kill this before we go down to 10.
You can't concern yourself with
I hope they don't have a thing.
you catch a bird by the dragon's wings. 'Cause it's the heat of the moment.
So munitions should just make sure none of their creatures do anything, so they just have to burn us out. While we have all these golden eggs. And they're stuck on one land. wouldn't surprise me if they just were sandbagging creatures. It's like they don't matter. It's better than discarding them. Targeted that, right? Lagging a bit. Alright. Now we're gonna start playing creatures. It's gonna be great. Right now their creatures will survive, or their bloodied creatures will be turned on. Not gonna pick up the synthesizer because if I hit a white card, I can't cast it. It's just gonna chill on that. Probably just sack an egg at end of turn. They have Tisseret's Brood or whatever it's called. Just going face. Alright, now I'm picking up the synthesizer. That's a good sign for me. Death gets more votes. So torture is the tie. Life.
Cool. Fuck you guys.
We can survive. Should have enough.
Love is like a bomb, baby, come on, get it on. Living like a lover with a radar phone. Looking like a tramp, like a video vamp. Demolition woman, can I
Power to just like get through.
dazzling and dazzling and flash a little light. Television lover, baby, go all night. Sometime, anytime, sugar me sweet. Little miss innocent and sugar me, yeah. Yeah. Come on, take a butter, shake it up, break the bubble, break it up. Awesome.
Gonna discard to hand size. I could like cast this bolt.
Sticky sweet, from my head to my feet, yeah.
We've got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Like green and like gold, crazy little woman in a woman.
We should have lethal. We can untap. Them to 11. Hit them for 8 in the air.
You gotta squeeze a little, tease a little more. Easy operator, come and knocking on my door. Sometime, anytime, sugar me sweet. Little miss innocent and sugar me, yeah. Yeah. Give a little more. Take a butter, shake it up, break the bubble.
Sack a creature that doesn't matter.
Awesome sugar on me. In the name of love. Awesome sugar on me. Come on, fire me up. All your sugar on me. Oh, I can't get enough. I'm hot, sticky sweet. From my head to my feet, yeah.
There's Spinning Darkness. It's a spell they can cast for free that will gain them 3 life.
You got the peaches, I got the cream. Sweet to taste, saccharine.
We beat that with single pings.
From my head to my feet, yeah. Girls, you take sugar. One local time. Take a
Alright, same sideboarding. I could bring in like revokes for Okiba Gang, but that seems way too reactionary. Alright, we got a little slow, but since this can't block anyway, I'm just gonna play out the cave. Electrickery off the top, please. Definitely trade with their vampire if they let me. Keep my life total high. Bump me, sign themselves. I'm just gonna journey the one that grows. Like I'll clean this up with the munitions. Whereas I'm like, if they rattle off the right number of morsel thefts, I might not be able to deal with that. I'm gonna throw the clue. Got the untap land. Like, I've got tons of gas in my hand, I just need mana. Alright, they only have one card in hand, and you can deal with their one creature. No sack. Spectre. Oh. Don't want to slow down our clock, but our life total matters the most. Vote for death. I just garrison a crag just to gain life. There's a madness card that drains 3 that they could have. Just as a way to like draw 2 spells. But like, they're not gonna draw more lands with 5 bloods in play. They get to choose what they draw at this point. I think I just take my turn. It's probably a turn where I'm just gonna offload all my burn, but it doesn't have to be this turn. really like Seeker of the Way. Gain some life. I mean, if I ever stabilize with the lifelink creature, like, game's over. Gonna choose the life gain over the artifact. The artifact is good with the munitions. And we actually don't have Metalcraft, as it turns out. Alright, they've gone up cards, which is not good for us. So they're tapping blood, so that's a good sign. Targeting themselves. I'm gonna draw, just look for more life gain. Okay. So we have 10 points of burn if we can Metalcraft. Okay.
Love, I get so lost sometimes. Days pass.
5 power.
Emptiness fills my heart.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
When I want to
16, 17. We still don't have Metalcraft, but
in my car.
it's certainly something that can be done.
Whichever way I go, I come back to the place you are. And all my instincts, they return. And the grand facade
Treasure flashes back. Bump. That's scary.
noise. Without my pride, I reach out from the inside. In your eyes, the light, the heat. In your eyes, I am complete.
I think I just have to go for it.
Always of 1,000 churches. The resolution of all the fruitless searches. Oh, I see the light and the heat. I wanna be that complete. I wanna touch the light, the heat I see in your eyes.
Put them to 7. Swing for 4. Put them to 3. Oh, they could have life gain that messes this up.
I don't like to see so much pain,
Maybe I should have
so much wasted.
cracked these.
This moment keeps slipping away. I get so tired of working so hard for our survival. I look to my time.
Yeah, but so if I try to sack my creature to deal the damage, then I have to sack one of these. That's probably what they were making me prove I knew how it worked.
They return.
We got one game left. I'm gonna have to take a quick bathroom break. That has to happen.
Without my pride, I reach
Ah.
out from the inside.
So
In your eyes, the light, the heat. In your eyes,
second.
complete. In your eyes, I see the door.
Oh my goodness, where did
To 1,000 churches. The resolution of all my fruitless searches. Oh, I see the light and the heat. I wanna be that complete. I wanna touch the light, the heat I see in your eyes. Accepting all I've done and said, I want to stand and stare again till there's nothing left, and oh, it remains there in your eyes. Whatever comes and goes, I will hear your silent cry. I will touch this tender wall till I know I'm home again.
okay, I'm back.
Hey boys and girls, ninja science lessons gonna rock your world.
Back and refreshed.
It was an ordinary day in dinosaur
Oh.
when Stegosaurus raised his hand and called for high fives. Tyrannosaurus saw the sign, got
This a
pissed because his tiny
remix?
was his high five to miss, and he was like, fuck this.
I haven't heard this version of the song before.
Oh yeah, it's an old school dinosaur laser fight. Oh yeah, hell yeah, just a classic
But yo, so
laser fight.
League's been weird. We beat them. We lost to the mirror twice and beat Mono Black
Pachoo, pachoo.
Rogue Burn
It was a futuristic
twice.
dinosaur throwdown, but it
At
was
least we're consistent.
space, there was
It
no sound. To mention that this took place in space.
has lots of removal, not a lot of creatures, not a lot of threats, but we have the egg, so like our threats are turned on.
Oh yeah, it's a goddamn dinosaur laser fight in space with sharks. It's a balls out dinosaur laser fight.
Hello?
It's fucking science. Just ask Albert Einstein. He invented space.
Tron. So that's where we want a threat.
Dino sharks and robots saw they came in peace, so they killed them with lasers. Holy shit. And then they
Don't like playing against Tron, I'll tell you that much. They're just gonna prohibit my fucking Blint Hawk. Oh. They are not. So Bolt is good interaction to like if they play a Mole Drifter and like try to flicker it or something, we can get it. But Oracle or something. So like I wasn't gonna just target them with it. So these journeys just aren't gonna have hits.
You're probably thinking to yourself, it's been 10 years, so where and how is Ninja Sex parted now? Well, we're still freaking
Get the
and we're back at your house.
reach into play.
Who you wanted to sleep with, Ryan and me. Now's your second chance. Congrats in advance.
This isn't gonna be great. Oh, I can imagine. Counter this, that's fine, because I don't care. Let's get another creature into play. This lets them counter this on the way back down, but it lets me hold up munitions. So I could have picked up and played Inspector. Maybe that's worth it because it's another artifact. Put them to 9, have 6 artifacts or creatures in play. Ping them to 13, swing for 5, they're 8.
In the 10 years since we last saw each other, we've grown so much. As people, as musicians, and also as people. Oh, and since you're probably wondering, here's a short list I compiled of everybody in the world who does not have a crippling STD. Number 1, Ninja Brian. Oh, sorry, wrong list. Brian's got an STD. Brian's got an STD.
So I'll play that. Now if they have bounce spell, I could be bad. But, like, you could just bounce the Mole Drifter. Like, I need to get my damage through. We're not winning this game going along. Sneaking our points through and then representing a ton of reach. Two, three, four, five, six, seven. And show them the artifact. Five cards in hand and Tron mana. The Moments piece. Fuck, that's bad. I only need 2 more points. Like, if you had a lightning bolt here, I would just like bolt them and start chucking. Braid I can beat. What does map get? You get like gain 2 life land. I don't think they would play a colorless land that's not a Tron land. Just another tower. Oh, Braid seems kind of redundant. I feel like they're on the hook to Moments piece every turn for the rest of the game anyway. Need to get them before they like Marasas whatever and gain 6 more life. Though maybe they don't play that card anymore because they don't have access to all the mana. They tapped out of other colors of mana. They have another Abrade that's need of them. Two, three, four, five, six. Is there a way to gain life? In blue? Like, I didn't even play their land. There's this tower that they got. Weird. I, like, tapped out. More pyroblasts. Relics. Bolt's kind of bad. I think on the draw, I don't want dust to dust or revoke. Like, I can kill a map, but that's much better on the play than on the draw. I got like golden eggs. Just keep my reach. I just can't afford to waste time developing eggs, but I also just can't afford to sit there with a bunch of Glinthawks in my hand and no way to cast them either. Like, you gotta go. I think I'll try this. Now, all our lands are artifacts. We just die to a monkey, but got 1, 2. Got a curve and some reach. Now, they can't just splash everything anymore, right? I mean, they were playing a braid, so they wanted. So they drew map. Otherwise, they would have played it. I don't know if that's right. Give up a little bit of damage, but I can go Inspector, Wellspring next turn, or Wellspring, see if I draw a Hawk. Like, I'm still applying pressure, but I'm not giving up cards. Got 10 pings. I use everything I have as an artifact or creature. I like to develop a non-artifact land, but okay, they've got some colorful mana.
If you liked what you saw, like, comment, and subscribe right here. If you liked what you heard, buy our music. Also, don't forget to check out our good friends Ninja Sex Party. And Laser Horse.
I think I get another creature into play. didn't counter this. I'm gonna see if I can slip this through. And they could just have a moment's peace and or some wrath effect and decide that they can abide this, but blue elemental blast, okay. So they're gonna deal with this. Not gonna get, but like they're kind of still on the hook for 5 damage a turn. So they gotta do something. They don't have a lot of non-colorless mana. Alright, put you to 9. Great. Oh. I knew I boarded that card in. They have the Pirate Wrath. 2 of my creatures survive it, so... That doesn't work. They need something else. Okay, that blocks. They're still dead to a bolt. That's not mana that deals with this. This into play. Probably just cracking it end of turn. And for that bolt, but oh, maybe I should have just not let them flash this back. Like, not let them have that option. Maybe just holding it to counter Pulse of Marasa. That's the card. Gain 6. I don't know what they could find. It could cost them so much mana to flash this back. Yeah. Okay, that's mana. Don't think one spell does it, but... Okay, I guess that's one spell that does a lot, but like I still got pressure.
Ray Parker Jr. Here we go with Ghostbusters.
Alright. Dig a little deeper. Mole Drifter. Ghost Flicker. Sure. I think I just ping once, end a turn. Or maybe I just don't. Like I say, if I untap, I have super lethal, so. Just don't let them. Like, don't tap out and let them do something. They have another Weather the Storm. Could be in for a bit. Stonehorn Dignitary doesn't do it because I just kill them without a combat step. I would need like Dignitary and Blue Elemental Blast. And then I could still draw bolts. OBS go down? I don't know. I just got the message that I went live. But OBS says I've been up for a while. Alright, so we... I don't know if we're back or if we ever left, but got a 3-2. Not bad. Not great, but... I mean, it's plus... Oh, I shouldn't be playing this. Fuck. How did this song get in here? Fuck. Anyway. Oh. Losing twice to the mirror didn't feel great. I'm seeing a lot more of it recently, so maybe I should just switch my build to keep up in the mirror arms fight. Now it'd be something like get rid of the golden eggs and go more towards the wellspring munitions build. I could add another color, like I could splash black for Deadly Dispute. Get some more value that way. I think Thraben Inspector might be old and busted at this point, as much as it pains me to say. It's not bad with munition because it's just 2 bodies. It's one of the 1-drops you can play that sets up your Skyfishers, but I'm not completely sold on it. I I should I shouldn't say that. I've liked it less and less. It always feels superfluous. Like you can board it out, but maybe it's just like a better pre-board card than a post-board card. Like even if you board it out every match, doesn't mean it's bad. Doesn't mean it doesn't belong in your deck. It's just like some cards are just less good in the post-board games. As for my sideboard, I think I played every card except, like, I boarded in every card except the Circles of Protection at least once, so nothing crazy bad about the sideboard. So maybe Electricity isn't the right card, though it's more for the fairies decks now that other ninjas also die to it. Half of the ninjas do at least. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you don't want to go halfway on makeshift munitions, so maybe I just like shouldn't have this card in my deck unless I, you know, really build toward it. Get the last Wellspring in here. I don't know what else I would do for the mirror though. I could put like a Reaping the Graves in the sideboard. That's the Storm Raise Dead. You have like big crazy turn where you like synthesizer, pick it up, play it. Reaping the Graves, pick up 2 Skyfishers and a Glinthawk from your graveyard. You just like drew 5 cards that turn and you are ready to do it the next turn. That sort of just chews through all the makeshift munitions, but I don't know. Putting storm cards in your synthesizer deck is kind of a, it cuts both ways. Like if you just play this with 2 mana off, going like, oh, I'll just play whatever I hit, and then you hit the storm spell, and you're like, I don't have creatures in my graveyard, and I can't cast this, and it's like, you know, it's like synthesizing into a pyroblast. It's just like kind of awkward sometimes. Put reactive or situational stuff. I'm not 100% sure what to do. Maybe we just got a little unlucky. Like, the games we lost, we just, like, didn't hit lands. Like, I'm willing to believe we maybe had a shot in those mirrors, provided we just hit lands. But I do feel like it was... Notwithstanding, I do feel like we were behind, because our deck's sort of not as geared for the mirror because we're running a little lower to the ground. But I don't know. It could just be the case that we want to draw in the mirror. Just like, ain't nobody doing anything fast, so might as well just have the extra card. You know, hit our land drops because we're on the draw. Maybe there should just be a 4th garrison or a 22nd land in the deck. I actually wouldn't hate an extra land. Just, like I said, all we want to do is hit every land drop. But I don't know. No, those are just some thoughts. I don't hate the list. Oh, I definitely run it back like this again, or maybe just go back to the Electricity in the main. Fire Blast. Fire Bolt. The Shock with Flashback for 5. Yeah, I don't want to make too many conclusions. Like everything was good. Could have been a little better in places for sure. But anyway, I'm sort of just rambling right now. I did want to mention I'm planning on doing a I have a Pauper cube. It's a bit different from Pauper Constructed, but if you enjoy Pauper Constructed, you might enjoy Pauper Cube. And a lot of cards, so I haven't really cubed with it because it's in paper. I haven't really cubed with it since the lockdown. And now that the world's returning back to normal, I'm suddenly have the option of cubing with real people again. So I wanted to go through all the commons that were printed in the last couple of years, like Boros forward, maybe a little bit more. Just like update my Pauper cube. So I wanted to go over them. So all the cards that got printed downshifted to common, like makeshift munitions. There's literally thousands of them. Wanted to go through all of them and evaluate them for Pauper Cube. So I don't know exactly when that's going to happen. I'm thinking this Saturday. It depends on my friend's availability. But I will tweet that out. So if you're not following me on Twitter, please do that to know when that's happening. But if you follow me on Twitch or YouTube, I'll be streaming it. So that's just another way to figure out when that's happening. So hopefully that doesn't fall through. I mean, I'm gonna do it eventually. If not this Saturday, it'll be this Sunday or sometime next week. But it should be a good time. We're probably gonna break it up into chunks because, like I say, it's a lot of cards. But we're just gonna go through. So on MTG Salvation, there was something called the Evaluate Everything project for Pauper, and they kind of stopped. I think they made it to like Ikoria or something. So I wanted to just like pick up where they left off and so yeah, we're probably gonna go through all the cards, evaluating them, just like the way they would do it, where we just like say it's cubable, it's not cubable, it's a staple. It's a staple. Everyone should be running it. It's cubable, like it's good. Maybe you run it. Maybe not, depending on synergies or whatever. And then like there's bad cards that you shouldn't be playing and bad cards that no one should be playing. So we're gonna go through and like evaluate them all that way, and then at the end I'll bring up my cube and see which ones we can get in, because there's certain things like Glint Hawk's a great card, but if your cube doesn't have enough artifacts for it, or not enough of the right artifacts, you just can't play it in your cube. So it's sort of like that, where my cube doesn't have a lot of frills. Like, this card's sort of an absurd effect on the board, but I just don't think it would fit in my cube. Because there's no, like, good artifacts to sacrifice. There's no Ichor Wellspring kind of synergy cards. But, I mean, it could just be good enough as a Goblin Bombardment that costs mana. Who knows? Yeah. I will probably have more information on Twitter when I get more information, but that's sort of what I got planned. Anyway, I'm going to be done streaming now. So thanks for watching, and good night.